Let's go for the second video lecture of acid and basis salt. In this lecture, we'll be taking topic of strong acids and bases and weak acids and bases. First, we will take this topic, then we'll be going towards the degree of dissociation. Now, what you mean by strong acid? Strong acid, if we have to understand, suppose an acid is being added into the water, right? An acid is adding into the water, and this acid fully dissociate means it has broken down into ions, and produces a large number of H plus ions, right? That acid is going to call as a strong acid. Let's define the acid which fully dissociate in water to produce large number of H plus ions are called strong acid. This is the definition. Let's take an example. If I drop sulfuric acid into the water, it fully dissociates to produce the large number, means whatever hydrogen ions it is having, it will be dissociating, produce that number of hydrogen ions. There are two hydrogen, so two hydrogen ions are there, which actually sulfuric acid delivered. So sulfuric acid is a strong acid. The same way, if we talk about HCl, if dropped in water, now we can see HCl is having 1, so it will deliver 1. Whatever it is having, it will deliver that in water by dissociation in water. So HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, these are strong acids. So acids which fully dissociate to produce large amount of H plus ions are strong acid. Let us have a discussion about weak acids. So again, the process is same. Weak acids. So now we are again adding an acid into the water, but this acid is not fully dissociating to produce large amount of H plus ions. Rather, it is producing partial number of H plus ions. Let's have an example. That way we will understand properly. This is acetic acid. Now, if we dissolve it into the water, what will happen? It is having 4 hydrogen, 3 here, 1 here, 4. But when dissociate, it produces only 1 H plus ions. So it is not fully dissociating to produce large number of ions. It partially dissociating to produce lesser amount of H plus ions. So acetic acid is a weak acid. So how to define now weak acid? The acid which partially dissociate in water to produce small number of H plus ions, right? So that will be a weak acid. Example, already we have seen acetic acid, H3PO4, H2CO3. Already we have taken the example in the last video. This is phosphoric acid, carbonic acid, sulfurous acid. So these are all weak acids. Okay, I hope it is clear. Let's go to the same way we can discuss about strong bases and weak bases. Strong base. Now we know the method. Now we have to dissolve the base into the water. Method is same. Now if base is dissolved in water, let's take two examples together. So in this particular case, let's call it the first case, the base is producing OH or hydroxyl ions in large number by complete dissociation in water, right? And another base which is producing lesser number of hydroxyl ions by partial dissociation. So if a base is producing large number of hydroxyl ions by dissolving in waters, get fully dissociated, so that is called strong base. And another base which is on dissolving in water partially dissociate to produce lesser amount of OH negative ions are called strong base and weak base. Degree of dissociation is basically how much amount of ions are being released by the dissociation of acid or base. This is symbolized by alpha, right? This is symbolized by alpha. It is amount of ions existing in the molecule of acid and base. How much amount of ions are existing upon the molecule of acid and base? This is the ratio, existing ions upon molecule of acid or base. We can take the alpha of base, we can take the alpha of acid separately, but it is actually related to the dissociation power of an acid and base. By knowing the dissociation power or degree of dissociation, we also can analyze whether the acid or base given is strong or weak. I hope you must have understood these two topics. Go through it. Then we'll be discussing the indicators in the next video lecture.